Have you seen her Aquaman interview? She was so high. No. Let me see. She was high in her interview. Aquaman interview. Amber Heard. Let's see. Is it this one? Is it this one? Shy, is it this one or is it this one? Is the first one? Oh, she looks. I can already tell through the thumbnail she was looking nuts. Let's take a look.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Huh?
Hi.
Hi, Amber. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Who's she talking to? Oh no! Right out the first few seconds, you know she losing her mind. He's like, I see you looking at Amber. What's going on?
No, I'm happy to.
So when you
what does that say? Me
about
too.
This character. When you started, researching Mira and then started trying to imagine your own interpretation of the character, what was that process like? Was it really just about researching and reading as much as you can, or was it about finding a way into it personally and finding a way to bring yourself to her?
Well, that's a good question. I think for me,
It's shade. And she's probably doing it. Yeah, she's probably doing this on purpose. It's not even that she fucked up that's making her do this. She's all around, in general, a very shady person.
honestly, the most of the battle was in getting familiar enough with the character to justify participating in the comic book world that I, up until that point, was kind of, admittedly a little ignorant to and unfamiliar with. It's not a world I'm familiar with. And I thought I had a vague sense or a vague understanding of what I could expect the representation of my character would be based on the vague understanding of the representation I had seen in women in that particular.
What the fuck is she talking about? What is she talking about? Like, she just saying, she putting words together, but not a single sentence is happening. Like, what? Amber, what? What is she saying?
Especially. And so I was pleasantly surprised when I read when I heard that she was an empowered superhero in her own right, when she was a badass, kick-ass, empowered woman with agency. And then I was even more pleasantly surprised when I read in the comic book that same sensibility echoed in just right out of the gate, right off the bat.
I feel like I'm high as fuck, and I don't like that feeling when I know I didn't take anything. Oh my god! You know how when you feel like you're like on something and you know you didn't drink or you didn't smoke, and it's just like that's not a fun feeling. It's just like, why do I feel like this? It's her.
She,
it's her.
Is rescuing this town and says something to someone who mistakenly asks if that was Aquaman, and she stops and she says, "No, I have my own name. I'm my own person. I have my own name. My name is Mira." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that to me was representative of the kind of character I wanted to play."
I know whoever asked her, whoever interviewed her, cut all this out. No, obviously they didn't because it's up here. But like for the sake of their interview, so they could get paid, I know that they did not include this in the final draft.
And so from that point on, it was icing on the cake.
In fact, they probably scrapped the whole shit.
So
they just kept this as
your
evidence.
Relationship with Jason, I think your guys' chemistry and the humor that you bring and the rapport that you bring is such an integral part of the movie's joy. So what was that? Obviously, I think you guys have a very easy chemistry. But how did you develop that chemistry to begin with? How did you guys meet? How much did you guys improvise and play off each other in developing your characters together?
Well, I was lucky to have had time to get to know him when we did Justice League in London, and because even though my part was small in that, it required a lot of training. I was there for a long time, and so we got to know each other and we became friends. We hit it off instantly. Jason and I are very similar in certain ways. We like similar things, and we have a similar taste in music and artistic sensibilities.
Basically, what she's trying to say is that he hit it. Now, am I mad at that? No. However, please get your sentences together because we can tell. You said, did she play Harley? No, but a lot of people saying she should have instead of Margot because she's obviously got missing some screws up there. But like, I'm not gonna lie, Margot Robbie did her thing as Harley. I'm not gonna lie.
And we just get along great. We're just like and that's echoed. That same relationship is echoed in the playful banner and dynamic that you see them have in the movie. Mira and Aquaman are like, they're kind of, they have to earn each other's respect and love. And Jason and I, being as close as we are and friends and buddies, it was very easy. It's a very easy thing. I really lucked out on this.
Probably
Do you
because of
feel that
drugs.
you have a different interpretation and maybe a different feeling towards the superhero world and being a superhero now that you have been? And what's your interpretation now?
Of course, I'm so excited to be Mira and play Mira and to be a part of Aquaman because it represents a new take on, and it represents a newer generation, a newer demand, or rather a response to demand that I think we've had for a long time and it's just been largely ignored, to have a fuller...
Her voice is he's so annoying to listen to because she just talks like this and there's no emotion in her voice, and it's just so annoying because you can obviously tell that she's trying to cover up an issue that's been going on with her for a long time, and it's pretty much her not knowing how to be sober in public.
More nuanced, stronger, more complex, and more motivated representation of women.
The impression. Thank you.
In not only superhero movies, but in the entertainment industry as a whole. So I feel really,
Awesome.
really proud to be part of it.
Girl, what
That's
are
why
you
I
be
look forward to
talking
the Mira
about?
movie as well, so fingers crossed for
Right? Sequel.
That you're
Thank
not
you.
in. Well, maybe in for like 10 minutes. Girl, her screen time got cut. Like, cut. Apparently, she's only going to be in the movie for like 10 minutes. But, I mean, after this,